One of the best ways to get control and compliance over humanity is through fear. There's several things, and I've outlined 4 things for you here. But one of the best ways to get control and compliance over humanity is fear. And fear makes you more controllable, more compliant, and easily to be manipulated. But in addition to that, social media, wars, taxes, inflation, all of the things they talk about put you in a place of control and compliance. But then there's the distractions that they use to keep your eye off the ball. Remember, the ball for you and I is money, meaning self-mastery. But they like to use distractions to take your eye off the ball. They use TV, video games, sports, politics, and again, social media to distract you, to take you away from your workouts, from your work, from your purpose-driven life. But then they give you addictions, because with addictions, they can lock you down. See, I figured out how the opposition works. They don't just come at you with one thing, with just fear. Fear is just one of the 4 prongs of approach. In addition to fear, there are those distractions. And now, of course, the 3rd prong is the addictions. When you think about it, addictions come in many forms. It's not just alcohol and weed. Addictions show up as food, as pornography, as video games, as vaping, television. And these are all things that you're addicted that you begin to chip away at your time. You will lose sleep so that you can play video games and hang out and watch porn and do all this stupid shit to literally negotiate away your life's mission, purpose, and goals. That's addiction. Once it has control over you, you become easy to manipulate, easy to control, and easy to have compliance over. And of course, they keep you broke. They keep you broke, sick, and fat. And that's that 4th prong, because if you are broke, then you become dependent on the man, on the system. You are, again, easier to control. How do they keep you broke? Through consumerisms, to get you to buy shit that you don't need to impress people that you don't even like. And we've talked about this before in other episodes. Consumerism is one of the most toxic things you can do, because that makes you a poor manager of your money. One of the best things you can do is develop money intelligence. One of the greatest things the opposition does is to keep you dumb, is to keep you money ignorant. Why don't they teach money, financial intelligence in elementary school, junior high, high school, hell, college? They don't teach it because the moment you have money, you begin to have more access, freedom, and opportunities. You begin to develop choices. But when you're broke, you no longer have choices and you become dependent on them. And that's what they want for you. They want you to stay dependent. And of course, how do they keep you sick and fat? Simple. Through emotional manipulation, stressing you out with all the shit that you see on social media, mainstream media. Because the more stressed out you are, the lower your immune system is, the worse your sleep is. And when you can't sleep, and if you're stressed out, you're overwhelmed, you're emotionally turned upside down, well, guess what happens next? You get sick, you're tired, you have no energy, you can't chase your dreams. How the fuck is anyone going to chase their dreams when they're constantly sick, tired, broke, fat, scared, addicted, and fearful? And constantly distracted? You simply can't, right? They do this through the food corporations. Like I said, they are feeding you shit that's overprocessed so that you will get sick and you will end up using the medications, the pills, the injections that they give you through the pharmaceutical companies to just mask the symptoms, to never cure you, just to mask the symptoms. And of course, they use mass media to promote being fat. They normalize being obese as though it's okay for a man or a woman to be out of shape. The fact that the average person can't even do 2 push-ups back to back. The average American can't even do 2 push-ups back to back. And the average man can't do more than 1 pull-up. How unfortunate is that? Grown-ass men sitting around, fat, broke, dependent, distracted, and addicted, hoping that somebody comes and saves them. That somebody has got to be you, my friend. There's no one else that's going to come and save you except you. You are the knight on the white horse that's going to gallop in and save the day. You understand that, right? And the truth of the matter is, it is you against the opposition. But I do have some good news for you. because the opposition cannot win this fight if you don't allow them. Hey guys, quick interruption to the Bedros Keuilian show. I want to remind you about the Keuilian Wellness Shot. I created the Keuilian Wellness Shot because I wanted a product that was going to help you boost your immune system and fight off inflammation in your gut, in your joints, in your body, so that you are healthy, you don't get sick, and you live an awesome life. Keuilian Wellness Shots have these 9 ingredients that are going to absolutely help fight off inflammation and boost your immune system. Vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, ginger, turmeric, echinacea, B12, cayenne pepper, and black pepper. And every single packet is checked for heavy metals because our ingredients are top quality and we use nothing but top quality because we cut no corners. So you can use my name, Bedros, at Keuilian.com and get 50% off your Keuilian Tribe subscription. You not only get 50% off your first order, you also get free shipping. You get a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, so that if you don't like the product for some reason, which we have yet to meet anyone who don't like the product, we will give you your money back, no questions asked, and we will shake hands and part ways as friends. And of course, $1 of every order goes to Shriners Children's Hospital, which is a hospital system that I've been helping and supporting for over 12 years. They provide medical procedures, medical services, surgeries to children whose families can't afford these procedures. So go to Keuilian.com, use code word Bedros, join the Keuilian Tribe. You get 50% off your first order and then 20% off your recurring monthly orders after that. Back to the show. So now what? How do we fix this? If we know that they use fear and distraction, addictions, keeping you broke, keeping you sick and fat, the reality is the answer is the choices that you make. The choices that you make can get you out of being broke and dumb. If you decide to win your sovereignty, if you become the 2.0 version of yourself, if you become the version of yourself who is connected to source, the higher power, universe, your creator. Now all of a sudden, you are living a better life, aren't you? It is the choices that you have. It is the structure, the discipline, and the actions you take on the day-to-day. So let's talk about structure first. Think about this. If you're the type of person that has your phone and you're like, you've got all these notifications on your phone and you're getting dinged and pinged every time there's a notification on social media, aren't you then being distracted and taken away from your life's purpose, from your work, from your kids, from your workout? You're either going to outsource the life structure to others, in other words, giving an external locus of control, or you're going to take an internal locus of control and say, you know what, I'm in charge of my life structure. I get to decide what I do, when I visit social media, what my workouts are like, how intense I go. I get to decide what I eat. I get to decide who I hang out with. I get to decide who I talk to. I get to decide the path of my life. These days, that's a rare thing to be able to actually take control of your life structure, isn't it? But I want you to really take that on. I want you to commit to taking on a life structure that you are in control of versus having external influences controlling you, right? The opposition. Number 2, discipline. Everyone's out there looking for motivation as though somehow something I say or someone else says behind a microphone or on YouTube is somehow going to make you motivated and inspired to go do something. Motivation is fleeting, but discipline is permanent. When motivation fails, discipline keeps you doing what you're supposed to do, even if you don't feel like it, even if it's cold, even if it's hot, even if it's raining, even if you didn't sleep well and had nightmares, baby girl, because discipline is serotonin. Discipline is literally long-term commitment to your goals. Whereas motivation, that's more like dopamine. Like you get inspired, you get motivated, dopamine goes high, and then you lose inspiration and motivation, dopamine drops, right? But discipline is like serotonin. It is the accomplishment of goals stacked over time. The feeling of completion is what you're looking for. And finally, the actions that you take. And this is really the crux of this episode. The actions that you take, the choices that you make, the decisions that you make determine who you are. If you're broke, what are the string of decisions that you've made to keep you broke? What are the bad decisions that you've made to keep you dependent and financially in debt? What about your relationship? When you are proposing to a fucking crazy chick is a bad decision that you're making. It's a bad decision that you're making based on how you feel about yourself. Maybe you have low self-esteem. Maybe you feel that you're not worthy of love. Maybe you feel that you are not worthy of an awesome life, that you want turmoil and crazy and chaos. I don't know. Maybe you do. Whatever it is, my challenge to you is, what is the decision that you made with that person that you're with that now has got your life all fucked up? And if you're willing to take responsibility of your decisions in your relationships, if you're willing to take responsibility in your decisions in your finances, your decisions in what you eat, your decision on whether you hit that fucking snooze button, or if you actually get up, drink your water, send out your gratitude text messages, and then go to the gym and bring the fucking thunder. That is your decision to make. Yeah, but it's cold, but I didn't sleep well, but, you know, I had nightmares. What? The choices and decisions you make ultimately determine the outcome of the life that you live, guys. And so while it is true, they want you broke and dumb, dependent and depressed, you get to make the final decision on staying fit, athletic, financially stout, relationally strong, emotionally powerful, unshakable, unstoppable. That is the great thing about being a human being. But see, what they can count on is that you're going to stay a human animal. Emotional, reckless, addicted, dependent, greedy, selfish, unaware of self. And as long as they can keep you as a human animal by using fear and distractions, addictions, keeping you broke, sick, and fat, you will always end up feeling like the victim. When in reality, you are not the victim. You are a poor decision maker. And if no one in your life has told you that you're a poor decision maker, I'm here to tell you today that you have made bad decisions that have led you to being sick and fat and out of shape, having gelatinous titties that I could slap around, stretch marks around your fucking belly button because you got fat so quickly your skin couldn't even keep up, broke and therefore living in your mom's basement. You haven't gotten your noodle wet for I don't know how long because you're absolutely ugly, have no charisma, and have no desire to use any kind of personal hygiene to go out there and clean yourself and say hello to a woman. But all those decisions you can change. You can turn around starting today. Or you can turn off this episode, give me a thumbs down on the YouTubes because I'm holding up the mirror against you. You can say, no, I'm a victim. My mom and dad divorced, and therefore I'm the victim. I was abused as a kid, and therefore I'm a victim. Well, guess what? I'm a foreigner that came to this country. I love my parents, but the reality is they were not even around much because they were trying to just keep a roof over our head. Each had multiple jobs. I was molested as a kid growing up by 2 older boys. I've told you guys that story 100 times. I was beat up and abused when I came here because I didn't speak English, I didn't understand the language, and all they kept saying is go back to your own fucking country, you foreigner. None of those things made me a victim. I decided to take control of my life. I decided to do something about it. I decided to make the choices that were gonna make me a better human. And the moment that you decide to make the choices that make you a better human, your life will improve. And you will live a life that has an incredible amount of money. You will live a life of great meaning, and most of all, you will live a life of self-mastery.